Good morning, dear all. Today we are going to start with the third part of our chapter, Geography chapter, Our Changing Earth, Major Landforms. Okay, so students, before this we have talked about endogenic forces, exogenic forces, in which endogenic forces we have talked about volcanoes, earthquakes. Okay, so today the discussion topic is major landforms. First of all, you should be knowing what is the meaning of major landforms. We have done in our previous classes like plateaus, plains, hills, mountains, all these are known as major landforms. Okay, so the question is how these major landforms build up. Okay, the landscape is being continuously worn away by two processes. These are known as weathering and erosion. What is the meaning of weathering? Weathering is breaking up of the rocks on the earth surface. Okay, breaking up of the rocks on the surface on the earth surface is known as weathering. And what is the meaning of erosion? Erosion is the wearing away of the landscape by different agents like water, wind, and ice. Okay, when the upper part of the earth or earth surface is going away or wearing away with water, wind, and ice, it is known as what? Erosion. Right? The eroded material is carried away or transported by water. Carried away or transported by water or wind means what? They are going from one place to another place. Okay, eventually deposited. Okay, when for example there is a strong wind is blowing and uh, rivers are flowing. Okay, whatever materials are there flowing with the water and blowing with the air, they are transporting from one place to another place, and there where the flow is getting slow, they are getting deposited over there, right? This process of erosion and deposition create different landforms on the surface of the earth, like as I told you in the starting, right? Now we will talk about work of a river. How a river work, right? So here the running water in the river erodes the landscape. Erodes the landscape means whatever materials are available on the surface of the earth or sediments available on the surface of the earth, they are going with the water of the, they are flowing with the water of the river. When the river tumbles at steep angle over very hard rock or down a steep valley means when the river is falling from the rock. Okay, when the river is falling down from the rock, it forms a waterfall. You have seen many waterfalls here also in Pune also. Okay, Khandala also. Okay, so Mahabaleshwar, when you are going that side, so many waterfalls are there, so accordingly the river also works like that. So you can see that in this picture what is given here, picture 3.4 waterfall, how it happens. Okay, it is given here. So next, as the river enters the plain, now we are talking about plain. Okay, as the river enters the plain, it twists and turns, forming large bends known as meanders. So you can see that in this picture also, how, what is the meaning of meanders, from where the, we can say that the water or the river is turning. Okay, that is known as meanders. Due to continuous erosion and deposition along the side of the meander, the end of the meander loop come closer and closer. Okay, it is coming to closer and closer. So in due course of the time, meander loop cuts off from the river. Slowly they are getting cut off from the meander, as you can see in the picture. Okay, so after that what happened? So in after also called a oxbow. Now you can see what is the meaning of oxbow. Oxbow, in due course of the time, the meander loops cut off from the river. When the river loops cut off from the river. Okay, whatever thing is made by whatever cut off lakes are there, they are known as oxbow lakes. At times the river overflow. At this time the river overflows its banks. Okay, because of the water flowing, or you can say that because of the flow of the water. This leads to the flooding of the neighboring areas. As it floods, we all know that how flood occurring at what time during monsoon season this happens. As it floods, it deposits layer of fine soil and other materials called sediments, as I told you initially, along its bank. Okay, so this leads to the formation of a flat fertile floodplain. How floodplain formation happen? Because of this, when whatever materials, whatever fine soil, whatever sediments are with the river water, okay, when they are spreading over uh, where the flood happening, because of that the flood plains are formed, right? The raised bank are called levees. Okay, levees, you can see that here in this picture. Okay, where what is the meaning of levees? Okay, levees, the raised banks are called levees. As the river approaches the sea, the speed of the flowing water decreases and the river begins to break up. Okay, why the rivers we have done in our previous classes. What is the meaning of what tributaries or distributaries, right? So when the river is getting breaking up, so many streams are found there. So the river is dividing into so many streams, and these streams are known as tributaries. Okay, so the river becomes so slow. Why? Because it is converting, or it is getting divided into so many streams. That's why the flow of the water will be slow. Okay, so it begins to deposit its load. Whatever loads means whatever sediments are there, whatever materials are with that water. Okay, so they are the deposition of these sediments are getting started. Each distributary forms its own mouth. Okay, from where they are getting started. Okay, so they are forming their own mouth. The collection of sediments from all the mouth forms a delta, as you can see that in this picture. Okay, so 3.6 picture delta, how delta is formed. You can see one river was there in the starting, and it and now in slowly that river is dividing into so many distributaries. Okay, so or tributaries. Okay, so in this form the delta is formed. Next part is about work of sea. We have talked about how river work. Now it is the time of work of sea. How sea work. The erosion and deposition of the sea waves gives rise to coastal landforms. We all know that. Okay, so sea waves continuously strike at the rocks. You all have seen when sometime you go to beach and all. Okay, and you have seen how it happens, right? So slowly when the water is again and again striking against the rocks and all, what will happen? Strikes will be there. Okay, so sea waves continuously strikes at the rocks, so what will happen? Cracks will be there. Okay, slowly so many cracks will be there. Over time they become longer, wider, larger and all. So because of this, hollow like caves are formed on the rocks. Okay, so they are known as sea caves. Okay, you can see here in this picture 3.7, slowly the water is striking against that rock, and it is going to form a sea cave, right? As these cavities become bigger and bigger, only the roof of the cave remain. Okay, only the roof of the cave remain. So forming sea arcs, you can see that what is the meaning of sea arc. See in 3.7 picture how sea cave, it is smaller in size, and when it is getting bigger in size, that is known as sea arc, right? Sea arc. So erosion breaks the roof, and but erosion is not getting stopped, okay, because the rocks are nearby the sea, and that process of the stacking against the whatever water is stacking against the rock, that is continue. Okay, so now further what will happen? So this kind of erosion breaks the roof also, and only walls are left, only walls are left. Slowly see, first whatever water was there, they formed a sea cave. Okay, and again the process of stacking of the water against that rocks continuously going on, and after that what formed sea arc. Okay, again that process is continued, and again whatever new shape came out, that is known as stack, right? So the steep rocky coast rising almost vertically above seawater is called sea cliff, right? Sea cliff. And the sea waves deposit sediments along the shores, forming beaches. Now I think you easily understood how the beaches are formed. What is given here? The sea waves deposit sediments. What is the meaning of sediments? Whatever things, whatever sand, whatever other materials are there, the small particles of the rocks and all, when the sea waves are depositing all these sediments along the seashore, that is known as beaches. Okay, now next is about glaciers or the work of ice. You all know that what is the meaning of glaciers. Glaciers are the main glaciers are available on our earth. Okay, they are also the part of the fresh water, right? So glaciers are rivers of ice which tool erode the landscape by bulldozing soil, okay, and stones to expose the solid rock below. Glaciers crave out deep hollows, and you can see that in picture 3.8. You can see that how the river of glacier is forming. As the ice melts, they get filled up with water. We all know that. Okay, the liquid part of the ice, what is it is known as? It is known as water. Okay, so and become beautiful lakes in the mountains. The material carried by the glacier, such as rocks big and small, and sand and silt, get deposited. So these deposits form glacial moraines. Okay, so what is whatever the, for example, whatever materials are getting or flowing away with the water of the river, that is known as what? It is known as sediment. Similarly, what is the meaning of glacial moraines? So it means what? Whatever, we can say that deposits of the snowy or ice rivers, okay, or the glacier rivers, that is known as like this. Okay, so next part is about how wind works. How wind works, or what is the work of wind? Okay, work of wind. What kind of picture is given here? Okay, so sand dunes are given here. Okay, so an active agent of erosion and deposition in the deserts is wind. Because of that, the whatever the sand is available there, that is transporting from one place to another place, right? In deserts you can see rocks in the shape of mushrooms, as you can see in this picture. Okay, So these rocks are found with the sand. Commonly they are known as mushroom rocks. If there is a question where the mushroom rocks are found, so you can say the you can give the answer, mushroom rocks are found in deserts, right? Winds erode the lower section of the rock more than the upper part. So that's why such rocks have narrower base and wider top. Narrower base and wider top. Okay, when the wind blows, it lifts and transports sand from one place to another place, as we have discussed. Okay, that is known as erosion. What When it stops blowing, the sand falls and gets deposited in a low hill. Okay, because there is only sand and sand. So all these process or these things, or this is known as sand dunes. Okay, when with the high flow or strong flow of the river, sorry, of the wind, whatever the sand is available in the desert, okay, it is flowing away, and when it is getting down, and what kind of formation is there, that is known as sand dunes, as you can see in the picture. When the grains of sand are very fine and light, the wind can carry it over very long distance. You have seen many times. Okay, so when sand is very light in weight, so it can go with the wind to cover so much distance, right? So when such sand is deposited in large areas, it is known as loess. Large deposits of loess is found in China. So all this was about our chapter. Now down you can see the exercise is given here, so please go through this also. Okay, so tomorrow we will discuss the question answer for the text exercise of this chapter. Till then, bye, take care.